A lot of people say your network is your net worth. And I think most of your time in college really should be getting to know other people. So I left DC 2013, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You sound crying.
Bro, I sat in the car and cried for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, and you know that for sure. You know that you got it. Just enjoy college, bro. Like, the major, well over 50% of people that major in something are not using that major.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bro, I cried watching a movie on the plane, right? Like, I'm a bleeding heart. I'm a bleeding heart. I genuinely love people.
What's up? Welcome to the Hube Knows Best Pod. I appreciate your support. In return, I hope I provide you with some worthwhile gems that benefit you on your journey. At the very least, I hope I put a smile on your face. If not, hopefully you share this with someone that does benefit. And I got you next time. Again, thanks for joining today, and let's get this thing going.
Welcome to another episode of the Hube Knows Best Pod. I'm gonna give you the truth, the whole truth, well as best I can, so help me God. I got the homie,
What's up?
the bestie, future best man, one of the bros. We do call it James, Dom.
We go at both.
Yeah.
People know me by different names.
Yeah.
It's like I got two areas of my life that
We call him Dom, but it's James Dominic Malone.
There you go.
There we go.
What's up, y'all?
Future father in maybe a couple hours.
Maybe a couple hours.
We don't know. Babies do anytime. So if we stop recording, that's because the baby is here.
Nah, real talk.
But yeah, out in LA, came to see the homie. Wanted to see him before the baby was here.
Yeah.
You know. And then I'm seeing him giving the baby here. Also the godfather to my son.
Yeah.
But yeah, James is a very dope dude, very interesting dude. So this should be an interesting podcast.
You know,
this should be an interesting episode. You know,
I can feel it.
We might go somewhere metaphysical by the end of this, right?
Mm-hmm. We there all the time.
But yeah, let's talk the origin story, right?
Yeah.
So born in San Diego, aka Dago.
I thought you were talking about orienting about friendship. I was like,
we gonna get there. Yeah, we gonna get there. But James from San Diego, like,
yes.
as a black man, right, with green eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like, what was it like growing up in San Diego, late 80s, early 90s, early 2000s, bro?
San Diego's popping.
Okay.
It's popping. Now, I grew up in an all-black neighborhood in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up in Southeast San Diego.
Shout out to Southeast.
Yeah, shout out to Southeast. That's my hometown. That's my area.
Yeah.
So it was very black. You feel me? Like, I grew up. I went to a predominantly white school about 35, 40 minutes from the house.
He went to Ricky Williams High School.
Yeah, there you go. Y'all know Ricky Williams. I was in high school the year after he graduated. But San Diego's different, homie. San Diego's like the South. It's Southern politics in a Western city. You feel me? So I think people have to understand that, where it's like,
I be telling people San Diego like the most segregated city in California, for sure.
It's intentional too. It's intentional. Yeah. If you look back, they used to call it a copperhead city. That's when people from, if you empathize with the South, but you lived in a northern or state, or union state,
okay, and
you wanted to have your own section that was more of the Confederate lifestyle, then they called them copperhead cities, right?
Okay.
So San Diego was developed as a copperhead city, like Confederate sympathizers developed that city. You feel me?
I had no idea.
I didn't know until I looked up on Wikipedia, and I was like, so if Wikipedia is right, you feel me?
They could be right.
They could be wrong, but if Wikipedia is right, then that's the origins of San Diego.
Okay.
So.
And it's a military town.
And it's a military town, which aligns with a lot of shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a military town too. But I loved it, homie. Southeast was like a movie. So I grew up in a place where FAMart was like the watering hole. It's called a FAMart. It was like a indoor marketplace. It was the watering hole for the whole black community, and then brown folks and Asian folks too, right? But mostly black folks would be at FAMart. You know, you get the car shows, the gang banging to beautiful women, all just chilling, and it was like, I grew up down the street from that, so that was my playground.
Right.
I grew up like, my pops let me, my mom and dad gave me mad freedom. As long as you got your chores done, you could like do what you need to do. So we would go up to like 10 years old, just be in the parking lot, just looking at all the activity. You feel me? Cats getting beat up, cats seeing their homies, girls doing whatever they do. It was dope, homie. San Diego's dope. I enjoy that. Like, I truly think it's one of the most rewarding experiences I had. You feel me? And I also was raised in a very pro-black household, but also I was raised in like programs that are meant to liberate black minds. You feel
Okay.
me? So from a young 13 years old, when I was at that crossroad of like, everybody gets to this crossroad where it's like, you gonna gangbang or not? You feel me? It's like, especially if you got any level of swag or toughness.
And James from the area where it's a very specific gang in Dago.
Exactly. You feel me? Like, just be what it is. Yeah. So it's like, you either gonna go that route or you not. You feel me? And
you gonna be in the crib or you not.
So when I was at that crossroad moments, I got introduced to this youth group called All Eyes on Teens, and the dude who was running it was mad cool. He reminded me of myself, and he just kind of like, he kind of just said it blatantly. He's like, I see you about to go either direction. Like, let me just show you what we got going on over here, and it was mad cool. We had a TV show that was on network TV, and we would interview black liberation activists. You feel me? And from OGs to young folks, and we didn't know what we were doing at the time. We thought we just had like this is cool. We all got a little TV station thing we doing. When you go back and look at it, it was a bunch of folks who liberated minds and spaces and places. Right. It was super dope.
And I think from an activism or like just black community perspective, I think while it isn't like Oakland, right? It's not DC, it's not Atlanta, but I think some of that stuff is slept on in Dago. Like, and I learned that living in Dago because I was like, what are these black community leaders? What's this? This is not what I'm expecting in San Diego, bro. Yeah, because it's like. It's very white. Yeah. San Diego's white as fuck. It's Asian as fuck too.
That's true.
But like, if you get tied into the community, you see it's a lot of people doing a lot of community work.
And you got to think about it like, when the majority of your population, I think San Diego, and I may be wrong, so fact check me. I think it's like 7% black, or like maybe even less than that. You feel me?
Because what is it, like 6% something in California in general?
Yeah. So it's like San Diego's a small population, black people. But you gotta think about that. I said it's the south of the West Coast. You feel me? So you kind of gotta be tight knit when you got a small population of your people, and around you is a white city. You feel me? That got red line politics and shit like that. You feel me? So and very militarized too. So when gentrification came down to my neighborhood in San Diego, we didn't really realize it. You saw a Starbucks pop up, and we thought it was cool, and it's still kind of cool. You feel me? Yeah. But now that we know what happens, we're like, that was the start. You feel me?
Yeah. There's always slight benefits.
Yeah, it's always that's true though.
A little less crime. Yeah. So you don't got to go so far to get stuff. You know.
That's true though.
But we're not pro gentrification. We're just saying sometimes there are benefits.
Yeah, it's a ebb and flow the whole life shit. You feel me? Everything got negative and positive. Now I look back at that point in time, a lot of the homies got what we would call football numbers. They in prison for a long time. And when I was coming up was when they started doing a gang injunction. So if you were affiliated with a gang or your homies was known to be, or the police just thought you were, you cannot be next to another documented gang member. You feel me? Which got a lot of people in a lot of trouble. You feel me? And
that's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know if I ever told you this. So when I lived in Dago for 2 years.
Yes, you did.
And I coached high school football. But if you understand anything about coaching high school football in the black community, there's a lot of former bangers that are coaches, right? And one of the coaches on my staff was from a certain gang, right? And I gave him a ride home, and he was like, "Homie, if we get pulled over, I'm documented."
Oh, he told you?
And he was like, so if they pull us over, they're gonna document you.
Yeah, you too.
And then don't help that you got red in your tattoos.
That too.
And I was like,
it's
bro,
that simple.
And I like at the time I'm big black dude in San Diego driving the Challenger with locks and tatted. Yeah. So like they wasn't gonna believe that I wasn't on that. Nope. So
100%. But it's crazy how just you being in the car, they gotta go know nothing else about
this dude in my car. I'm giving him a ride home.
They like, now you must be.
Now I gotta be affiliated.
Yeah. So there was a lot of stuff going on when I was growing up. That gangbanging culture was definitely a part of a culture I was proxy to. Right. You feel me? I didn't bang. It wasn't my thing. Yeah. It just wasn't my thing because I just saw a lack of. I saw some shit that was like. People turn on their own homies. I'm like, you ain't about to have me give my life and then you gonna turn around and disrespect me. That's crazy. Real. Yeah, so it didn't add up to me. But I understand why folks move that way.
No, I think a lot of time, like I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and Vince was on there.
Vince was yeah. He from Long Beach, right?
Yeah, and he was telling niggas that they're a bitch. Yeah. He's like, you come from a good home. You a bitch. Be a bitch, right? But he was like, because when you get in that jail, niggas gonna tell, but they not gonna tell you. They tell it. So like, and I think that was the thing that kept me out of it, because I'm like, yo, there's too many niggas doing time or too many people doing time for somebody not to be getting snitched on.
No, people be telling.
Like, because if the one homie just take the L, everybody else is good.
Nah.
Somebody telling.
You got to think about. I be thinking about the reality of like what go down when you behind them bars and you in a cell and they pull you out, interrogate you, and they look at you like, yo, you got 35 years,
bro. That's a number.
Or say something about this. Most cats are gonna look at that and be like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that.
The reality set in. Right.
Because if you behind them bars, you already behind the bars when they asking you questions. So you're not out free. You already feeling like this is what this is. I'm gonna do what I'm experiencing right now for 35. That's why like it ain't worth doing.
Oh, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah,
it's gonna be worse when they do that. You feel me? Like, because you actually gonna be in the general pop at that point, unless you get PC'd up or something.
It's not worth it.
We're not gonna talk too much about it because neither one of us we know about it, but we ain't never been there. You do all that, right? Yeah, that's your environment. You go to Patrick Henry, play ball, wrestle, that's right, shit. Right, and then you come to Howard, right. Now, mind you, when I meet James, James is about as Cali as you can be. He got on tube socks.
Yeah, it did. With the Vans.
With Vans. With a long tee and some jean shorts.
Yeah, that's Cali all day.
I was like, what's going on?
I remember you had a Dickie outfit on.
I was very Georgia. I was a very Georgia.
A one-tone Dickie outfit.
With felines on.
I ain't never seen nobody with a full Dickie outfit. I was like, yo, I don't know where this dude from. Like, I don't even understand. Like,
and I had cornrows.
Yeah, your corn
with beads on it. I was very South Georgia at the time.
100%. 100%. We was in uniform.
Yeah, we was in uniform. we was who they told us we should be. What was that? Somebody they cloned Tyrone. We was really fitting into the stereotype of what we were.
Yeah, no, straight up.
You know, fast forward almost 20 years later. Yeah. People don't know where the hell I'm from at this point. That's like real. How I dress, how I talk. That's true. You know, my experiences. And I can say the same for you. Like, yeah, you got the Cali. You still got Cali in you, but like you just a collective dude. So it could be from anywhere with that.
Yeah, honestly, I really feel like DC was a major part of my manhood. You feel me? Like Cali, San Diego gave me my roots. It gave me my origin. It gave me the default culture I lean on. You feel me? But DC, it raised me in a different way,
bro. Like DC raised me, because we spent basically our adult man years where we formed most of our opinions.
100%
in that time.
From 18, I think I was from 18 to 32 for me, or 18 to 20, 27 or 26.
But it's the time where like you're forming your own opinions that are not your parents.
That's real. That's
right.
Real.
You get to see life from your own perspective. Yeah. Nobody's telling you what you got to do
at all.
Right.
And you're away from home for me, far away, and for you too.
Yeah, I was 12 hours in the car.
Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, you can't get to me for unless I answer the phone. And
that was part of the reason I went to. I was like,
he said, "I try to get away real quick."
I don't need you to pull up on me. Let me live. Let me figure it out.
Yeah, I was trying to get away too. But home was cool. Home was home. You feel me? But street politics get a little different when you in that young man age. You feel me? You ain't gotta be exactly signed up for the bullshit. You just be adjacent to it, and you feeling the tension, and you gotta defend yourself against that tension. Sometimes it's like,
I'm gonna get far away from here, bro.
Yeah, it's like let me make some moves real quick. You feel me? Like, and the homies start getting caught up with some shit around that time. He starts. You know, it's crazy because around that time, I know we're going back in the story, but around that time of like 18, that's when people start like 16, 17, 18. That's when like it stopped being like fights and it started being gunplay. And you just see a different reality.
They open your eyes.
Yeah, you like if I stay too close, I'm gonna end up taking up one of the homies because you could be a bystander and still. It's like, let me just go ahead and do my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think a little bit of my origin story. Like, I grew up in low income housing. My whole family was in the Jets, so like that's where I got babysat. Yeah, that's where I kicked it. You feel me? And like I spent my whole summer in the projects, Wilson Apartments, Columbus, Georgia, on Veterans Parkway. before I came to school.
Yeah.
So like I think that was part of my mentality, like that I was so immersed into that before I got to school. That it was like it annoyed me when I got to school and saw homies doing that, trying to be on that. Like so much.
Or even homies talking shit about it.
Right. It was like, bro, you think everybody doing that because that's what they want to do, or like, why do you think this is cool? Because like, a lot of people don't know this. I almost left Howard after my first semester because of the fake.
He's like,
the fake tough stuff. Like, bro, that's not what you own.
It's like, and you always see it in the eyes of a person,
right? Like, and not that I'm on that, but it's like,
but you not on that.
You really not on that. Like, you come from a good home. You're Clarence. You come home with 2 parents. Like, chill out, bro. But yeah, so we was in Drew, right? Drew was an experience. Hey, this is a advertisement for you young black men and black women that want to go. Hey, HBCUs is where it's at.
I agree.
Unless you are playing high level college sports, then go get your NIL bag.
I agree.
Like,
and I hope that changes by the time.
By the time my son is in college.
Yeah, but HBCUs is where it's at.
Yeah,
it's a popular
life experience, and it's not because it's just black. It's affirming. Ooh. It lets you understand that
that's it.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
because I grew up feeling like I was the only one, or one of few.
When you said the only one of what?
The black smart kids that are going to make it.
I hear you.
You get what I'm saying? Because growing up, I'm the only one that out of my grandma grandkids that, you know, finished from college. You know, I had one or two other cousins go to college, but they ain't finished. You feel me? I hear cousins that. Locked up. You feel me? Like,
so he's like, where the rest of me?
Where's the rest of my example? You know what I'm saying? You don't see it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
You see it, but you don't see it because it's not your constant.
Yeah, that's true. I think I hella relate to that where it's like it's not the constant, and Howard is like a flip of reality. It's like where reality where you see, the ones who are making it consistently like white folks or Asian folks or sometimes Mexican folks had that massive success as well. But when I went to DC, and then Howard at the same. Because Howard's Howard because of DC too. Yeah. You feel me?
And I low-key feel like the kids there now are missing part of the experience.
Oh, because DC's white now, huh?
It's not that it's white. It's just not majority black no more.
That's different.
That's a nuance.
Yeah, because
it's still very black.
Yeah, but it's not majority black.
It's not 70% black. Because I always tell people like, bro, I didn't see white people unless we went to Georgetown, American, or Chinatown. Right. And that's no shade. Right. Like, I got mad love for my white people, but like,
no, I hear you though.
I didn't know y'all lived in DC,
bruh. I remember coming from San Diego too. You feel me? Now my parents is from Miami, so I'm used to being around all the time, and you know, et cetera, et cetera. But going from living in San Diego to living in DC, it took me 2 weeks to see a white person.
And because you shopping, or
probably I was probably in Georgetown, right? Probably in Georgetown. I remember thinking about this. Like, I went through the airport, and of course you see white folks in the airport, but the airports don't even count. That's just like,
and it's not even in the city.
It's like an international hub. That's true.
Right.
Not even in the city. But I remember even at the airport, I'm like, hey, black managers, black assistant managers, black cashier, the dude behind. That's at the stores in the airport. The dude behind the register, black. I'm like, dang, we at like every level here. You feel me? That shit was different.
Yeah, that's kind of like how Deion felt about not San Diego, but Atlanta.
Deion Sanders.
That's why he said he wanted to get drafted to Atlanta because it was the first time he got to see black lawyers, black doctors, black politicians, all that. And it like I said, it's affirming. Like, oh, that could be me.
That could be, yeah.
That can be me. I can do that, right?
You around black greatness, and you around black struggle too, and you see how folks from the struggle are moving up through all levels and reaching whatever level of greatness.
You have a constant reminder, like, this is what you can do, but this is what you.
Yeah, shit was real. Cause DC's real.
It can shift, right? And we were still there when like DC was. Hey, because DC was still transitioning from like crack epidemic, Ray for Edmond, like all that. Like, it was still tough.
You still were. I remember going between the yard and Slow Hall. And it was the projects that was right there off of the new library.
What was the name of the part? It started L. LaDroit Park.
Yeah. I remember just having to like, sometimes if it was, cause you be studying late, you feel me? You like leave the library at 1 o'clock and you just know it's lit outside. Cause DC, one of the spots people be out all night too. So you pass the apartments and you gotta be like, look on a swivel. And then you catch a little jog. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you ain't catching me tonight.
Not at all. Because they would get after you too.
Yeah, they get after you. You hear people behind you, you're like, oh, this is real. You feel me? So it was that's what was interesting about Howard too, is like you around, there was a stark, that's what, back to relating to your story, this is what made it took me a while to come out of my shell at Howard. Because of seeing, like, I'm used to seeing a different side of black life. Because I didn't realize how many black folks really like kind of had money, had like like were really well off. Let me put it like that. I don't know if folks were rich or wealthy or what part of the well off they was in. But I would say my family's like a working class family. You feel me? Who like got the government jobs and maintained and built up slowly. But you seeing folks who coming in with generational bags. I never had been around a lot of black folks with that mentality. And it was like a mentality that was adjacent sometimes to like white mentality. You feel me? And I was not used to what that
navigating black people like that.
Yeah, I wasn't used to that. And I was like, damn, like this is different. Because I remember, you know, this is like back in Howard University business, you feel me? But I'm going to just speak because it's podcasting and I think it could be a good reflection for us too. I just remember being real turned off by Howard about when the sentiments of the locals. The sentiment of
what they had against them.
How Howard culture would characterize the people from DC. And I remember being like, I feel like y'all talk about my homies. That's I remember thinking like, you talking about them folk the way people would talk about my homies. And if someone's talking about my homies like that, I wouldn't fuck with you at all. You feel me? And I'm like, it took me a while to realize.
And it's crazy because a lot of our students were locals.
Yeah, that's true. That's true though.
Locals, but it was just there was this divide. We were in their neighborhood, surrounded by them, and we were treating them like they didn't belong there. You know what I'm saying?
It was different.
Not us, but like some of the students in the school. Like
you said, the general culture of how it is. And I get it too, because I'm like, you trying to protect the students against like the realities of a rough ass city. You feel me? So you like, yo, just stay away. But I think there's a certain way you gotta like, yo, them still are people. But what's going on that right in that pocket right there, like they're not exactly seeing you as brother sister right now. They seeing you as food.
And I think that happens a lot of times in the communities because you know a lot of these black schools are in those communities, right?
Yeah, most of them.
And so they try to keep that divide. But instead of saying, hey, let's do some programs with the surrounding community where we build relationships.
It's more like just protect yourself, and I get it because folks be getting shot. Let's talk about the reality of it too. You from you in DC, folks was getting shot, folks was getting robbed, folks was getting robbed. So I see as a school, you like we just protect us.
But some of that was their own fault.
Oh yeah, some folks is naive about moving.
Yeah, like it was people walking around with what was the phone? Not the chirp, but the one that looked like a little computer in your hand. Either way, people was walking around with very expensive phones, right? Very mink coats, like jewelry on. Yeah. I'm like, bro, and I used to tell people like, hey man, I ain't really surprised you got robbed because you look like food and people was hungry, and I was like, I can't even lie to you. If I was in that situation, I'd probably rob you too. Like, like,
I think that's why like I think about HBCUs. I think about black excellence. I think about black financial gain. I think about people with black folks as we cross that line in different economic groups, especially our homies. I'm seeing now where we're like amass that American dream where the money is flowing and the homes be purchased. I'm like, it don't mean much if the people around you still don't have shit, because then you just become food. You feel me? You just become the one who has it.
And everybody got to get off of it, or they gonna come get it.
They gonna come get it. So it's like you really do got to have a we approach to things. Like you could get it, but you gotta figure out how to spray that joint. Because if you don't spread it, then you the only one with it. Yeah, and it's not a good scenario that time.
No, I definitely part of my prayer every day is like help me build sustainable wealth so I can share that with my family, my friends, and the community. Because if I got it, I need everybody to have it so that you know.
And even just like I love what we are even on this podcast. I love when podcast is going because people are sharing how they got things. You feel me? I'm like, even on the Earn Your Leisure tip or whoever it is, I'm like, yeah, no, people just gotta know that there's like 100 million ways to get this cash. You feel me? And doing it in alignment with who you are and with your Most High, so you're not out of order and getting money. Because being out of order and getting money, that's fucked up too. You feel me? That shit ain't fun either.
Right.
But to be in order with your divine self and get the bag at the same time, then use it to live the life you want to and show people how to get it and spread it when people, I won't say deserve it, when they're showing them so that they could work with you, then shit, like spread that. You feel me? Or build some shit up. But yeah.
So, all right. So we at school.
Yeah, we at school.
Right. Having fun. Not going to class sometimes. James would be in his room.
Yeah, I'll be in my room chilling. Yeah,
he'd be in his room, sleep, or like, you know, because you came in as a biology major. Right?
No, I came as a chemistry major.
Major.
That shit was real.
Right. You came in as a chemistry major.
That shit was real.
Then he changed to.
I graduated in psychology, but before psychology, I jumped to like poli-sci to see like if I could make. I thought I wanted to anchor my life in politics, and then moved over to psychology. Now that psychology snatched me in the right way. It was like, oh, I thought this is like useful information. Where chemistry, at that time, I didn't see it as useful information for the larger scale of society. I was like, this feels cool to know. I don't think I was exactly. Shout out to all the teachers out there, but I think elementary school teachers are the best teachers because they have to make information practical for you.
Right.
The sciences at that point in time, to me, weren't taught in a way that made it very practical. So I was just like, this feels like a little bit of la-la. You feel me? Like,
okay.
I don't. But yeah, so chemistry first.
Right.
Poli-sci and then psychology.
Yeah, and I think me and Steve talked about it on the episode. Like you asking 18-year-olds to make a decision on a major that's going to affect the rest of their life.
That's your life.
Like you're not even, your brain pan not even fully formed. Nah. You're supposed to say, hey, this is the career I want to do.
Right, and Forever. I think it should be like, I'm going to tell my youngins to go to college, but I'm like, yo, I'm not going to tell them to go there for a job purposes or like a friend purpose. I'm like, yo, meet the people. You need to meet people who are on the same wavelength of desired life outcome as you. You feel me? Because them folk you can start building with in different kind of ways. You might meet the person who's like, I'm gonna be the best marketer ever. I'm gonna be A1 in business school. I'm gonna be A1 in psychology. I'm gonna be A1 in politics. And now you building your business or whatever your life mission is with folks who are also like trying to achieve the greatest out of themselves. And I think that shit is important.
Yeah, I think I always tell people, like especially kids or teenagers that are thinking about going to school, is like, look, bro, go to school. Enjoy it because you don't get those years back.
That's true. Like, those good times.
Like don't unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer and you know that for sure. You know that you got it. Just enjoy college, bro. Like the major. Yeah. I was like, I want to say I don't know the number, but I'm pretty sure well over 50% of people that major in something are not using that major.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like I feel like I'm one of the I feel like people that are in business usually are in business. That's true. But I know mad people I work with. That didn't major in business. You know what I'm saying?
Business.
Right, and they work at a tech company. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's fucking real. I think it's too. I think college is dope for the mental challenge. It shapes you.
It stretches you.
Yeah.
Like, and I think to your point, your network, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people say your network is your net worth, and I think most of your time in college really should be getting to know other people.
100%.
Because 100%. You never know. Not because you're going to use them, but how that person is going to pour into you in a way or help guide or form thought processes or decisions that you make later on in life, right?
I agree with that.
Like, the reason me and Dom are so cool is because, first of all, he seems very chill, but he's not that chill of a person. He's chill now, right? Yeah, when I met him, he had a temper.
Yeah.
But with the divine alignment he has now, he has his inner peace.
Chill that shit.
Yeah.
You got to.
But I think he also gave me a perspective.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think I have 4 best friends.
Yes.
And they all give me different perspectives and they feed into different parts of who I am, right? But like I also have all these friendships that have like given me ideas. If it wasn't for James coercing me or like convincing me to go to San Diego for New Year's, I would have never moved to San Diego.
You had a good time.
And because I moved to San Diego, I met another best friend, Brisa. Shout out to Brisa.
What's up, Brisa?
Right. I learned how to not be aggressive when in discourse with a woman.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
I coached high school football, which a lot of times when I'm getting interviewed or looked at for jobs, people find that I was coaching high school football as a positive. Yeah, like but I got the opportunity in San Diego.
That's true though.
Right? Shout out to Jason, who's the OC at Lincoln Park.
Oh yeah.
At Lincoln High School in San Diego.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying?
He's probably OC of that part too.
Yeah. And so, but just that simple, me meeting one of my close friends from San Diego and him telling me to come to San Diego for New Year's on some random shaped my life, shaped me going to California.
That's true.
Because I would have never left DC to go to San Diego if not for that experience.
You have an introduction to it.
Right.
And that's what the homies is for. Like, everybody got their own mission here. But, like, when you get tap into other people's lives and you see how they moving and grooving and what they got going on, then you, because everything is meant to be, you feel me, like, literally. So it's like, we hella meant to know each other. I think about, like, I don't know what's about to happen in the next 20, 15, 10 years, but our relationship is only getting tighter. You feel me?
We're all becoming dads now.
Yeah, we're becoming dads now. Right. I'm like, oh, shit, this is all happening. So everything just builds on top of each other. So those relationships are powerful.
I just thought about it. All the homies, except for Dre, got kids now.
Yeah.
Like,
Dre gotta come soon. He coming soon.
I don't think Dre want no kids.
Everybody got youngins now.
Yeah.
It's that time period.
Yeah. I mean, we had an age where we're more financially stable.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. To be able to afford that.
Was focused on that. We was focused on the bag.
Right. And I think, but also, I think we're unique in the fact that we have a community that doesn't always talk to each other.
That's very true.
But we fuck with each other so heavy.
Tough.
Because
we could talk one,
and I think that's unique with all my friends though. Like, we don't need to talk every day. We're all very like focused on what we're doing in our own lives. But if you drop us in the same spot, you act like you would think we just saw each other yesterday. And I think those bonds were built because of college, right? Like, because you in the same spot, you dealing with the same BS,
and you living with your friends for the first time,
right?
We're like in high school, your homies might live down the street. Y'all was talking their school periods,
and you only seeing part of them.
Yeah, you seeing like I see you when you wake up and go to the bathroom. I see you when you leave from class. I see you when you arguing with your mom. You see everything. It's like so much interaction, with one part or a crew of people. Like, you got 4 or 5 years of just constant interaction. I didn't see you get in a fight. You feel me?
I got in a fight with one of James's friends.
Yes, you did. I didn't see all of it.
But yeah, I think it's just interesting. Like, I don't know, like, that I would change that for anything.
Experience with everything, bro. It even gave me perspective on. Cause I remember they're feeling like, my homies from San Diego came out and visited me. I got some good friends from Dago, childhood friends to this day. But I remember learning things and passing it back. You feel me? Like, yo, did you know you could do this? You feel me? Did you know, like, the mind work like this? You know, this work like that? And trying to pass that information. At some point, their experiences, they didn't have the same experiences to be able to accept that same information the same.
Right.
You feel me? But I look at a year down the line, and I'm like, and I see that information seeped in. You feel me? And the homies check me on some shit. Like, hey, bro, like, I remember I called the homie Andre one day, and I was like, yeah, man, I was dealing with some shorty or something. I don't know, something was going on. And I was kind of down about it. He said, hey, nigga, you a boss, nigga. Nigga, man up. And I was like, no, you right, though. Because I remember thinking, like you in a new environment, and you kind of, like, losing... You
part of who you are.
Yeah, as you grow, you kind of you shed things. And sometimes you forget, like, the experiences you did have, even if they was, like, on some hood shit or some other shit, whatever. There's value in those too. You feel me? The homies would check me like, hey, homie, boss up, homie. Like, and they weren't just with shorties. It'd be like with hella shit, job opportunities. Like, hey, you great, homie. Like, we see you move. Like, don't be intimidated by that job. It's a job interview.
And I think that's a piece of it, right? Yeah. So, like, I think a lot of times, like, I've had family members be like, oh, you so great, you do this, you do that, right? And when you see, what they say, comparison is the thief of joy, right?
Okay, yes, it is.
Right. So when you in the experience with Howard,
that's a good point.
Black excellence, because I think all Black people are excellent.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying? But you are comparing yourself to your peers, like
the cats is beasting,
right? And they beasting
on some career shit,
and it can create some insecurity. But you don't even know that it's people that are not in the same place as you, that are looking up to you. You inspiring them.
That's true though.
And that's why you need, like, that's why I feel like I personally could never step away from from my family, from the people that
I know the same way.
That came from where I'm from. Yeah. Because then
that's true.
How can they see to do it if they don't see me? That's true. And that's the shit that kills me when people like turn their back on the community. You know what I'm saying? Or turn their back on where they came from. Because it's like, yeah, I get it. Like, once you get out, you don't want to be in it. You ain't got to be in the thick of it every day, but like, you still got to like pour into. You got to pay it forward, right?
That's your original tribe.
Right.
We meant to bond. We meant to build the tribes together. We meant to take, because we honestly we are each other's necessities. Like I think about the some of the wisest and smartest people I know do have no additional education outside of high school. Yeah. They hop into life, job market, raising kids, whatever they did, started some shit off, partnerships, ideas, whatever they did, sports. These cats is wise as fuck, homie, and they know so
because they don't live life.
They
nose was not in the book.
They nose was in the book. They was like looking at the world. You feel me? Yeah. So we take this what we got over here, and this, boy, that joint crazy.
If you put them together, right?
You put together, then that's it, homie.
Yeah, I was talking to the homie Marty this week, and she was telling me like her dad was the wisest man she knew.
I believe it.
Now, mind you, Marty is a senior director of product at Salesforce.
Oh yes, that's one of the best.
Her dad barely graduated from high school.
Yeah,
but she was like, he was so well read that he had books from wall to wall. But he like gave her so many gems.
Oh yeah.
In his 50-something odd years, because he died early.
Passed early too.
Yeah, from
he lived his life.
But like he gave her so much game that she uses to this day, right? Even like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, get up
because you can get so much accomplished.
You got the whole day
before 12.
Yeah, and you got the whole day you chilling,
bro. And that reminded me, like having that conversation reminded me, like I gotta start getting back up at 5 o'clock in the morning because like I was so much more productive. My mind was on point, right? Because I'm up, I'm active, I'm doing something.
Yeah. And I love getting up at like I wake up like 5:30. If I'm like on some real lax, I'm on some real lax right now because the baby's coming, so I really been taking time with my lady. We've been going out and taking a rest. And I'm kind of really anchoring for the journey ahead.
Yeah, because you're gonna need that rest. You're gonna need that reserve.
But I'm on my dean. I'm like really tight with it. It's also a feeling of there's nobody. There ain't too many people up at 5:35. The world is so quiet. If you ever just like get out the house at like 5:30 and just walk to your sidewalk, you just feel it's like there's a low frequency. It's calm. It's so calm. And I be thinking, I be spending my thoughts with myself that early in the morning, and then by the time I get at this point running businesses, it's like my phone be off, you be jumping, but that time to me is like some of the most precious time I have, just to be like, whew. All right, nobody dare gonna hit your phone before like 7:30. 7:30 is even early. You feel me? 8:39.
Depending on where you doing business now.
Oh, that's true though, because I be having calls at 7:30. I be like, this shit early. Like, but I think it's even more important
because like just speaking into existence, once your shit go global,
it's
people gonna hit you. Because I got clients in the UK and in Europe, clients in Asia. And they be wanting to meet, and I be like...
What time would be like 11 o'clock at PM?
I've had clients that wanted to meet with me at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
That's deep.
And I'm in sales, so like if you a VP or somebody in Asia... you in like, Europe, good morning, and they like, hey, I only got availability at 1 p.m. I'm like, bro, that's 5, 6 a.m.
That's early. Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to sleep, but I'm gonna get up. You feel me? Like, because
you're right.
Business, you do business how business is done, and if that's where you're trying to expand, and that's what you got to do. So speaking to that, right? So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. So we graduated from Howard, right? Yeah. You did a teaching stint. You was a teacher
and a dean.
Teacher and a dean, right?
Yeah.
And then so James left DC and went to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, hey bro, I'm about to be a dean of schools. I'm like, okay. What's your credentials to be a dean? But I was like, hey homie, if you lice like that, like cool. But in the midst of that, you started doing the creative piece, right?
Oh yeah,
right. Started doing photography.
I did,
and you created tunnel vision.
Yeah.
So we in the tunnel vision compound right now, right? Welcome. But you know, like talk to that journey, like being like, hey, I'm doing this teacher thing.
Yeah.
But now I've created this whole community of artists.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not even the dopest artist. I'm just creating this community of art.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Oh man.
In Brooklyn.
We can't overpass teaching real quick. It gave me the foundation for understanding people. Like the psychology I learned in school, you flip that into teaching, and you understand how the mind works, even as it pertains to learning. You feel me? And then you understand how the mind works as it pertains to learning, emotions, and when you get on your spiritual shit, you got all three components. You feel me? So like, I work in DC as a teacher, young adults. So I'm 16 to 24. I'm 21. You feel me? 22, 23. My students,
you their peer.
I'm their peer. You feel me? And this lesson will always stay with me forever. One of my mentors, OG's friend, was a woman named Oswald. She's probably like 45 and I was like 20. She was an artist, you feel me? And in DC introduced me to my first black art community. That's why I really got tapped into the art. I was like, I never been around a black art community where folks is just a bunch of Andre 3000 type cats. You feel me? I'm like, oh, this is different.
And DC is definitely different in that way. Like,
yeah, you feel me? Like, there's black everything. You feel me? So, Osra we taught in the same room, right? Different classes, but we share rooms, right? The students I work with, they were leaving the juvenile justice system of DC, and they were coming right to that school, right? So these cats they your little brothers and sisters, but they wild. You feel me? They like official.
They with it.
Yeah, and the charges are real charges, like attempted murder. Like these are like big charges. You feel me? So you're dealing with people who seen a sector of life that you probably will never see. Hopefully, you don't see the inside of that situation like that.
Right.
So one day I'm teaching them. I'm like 22. She's watching me. We developed like a course to help people get reacclimated back into school after not being in school for a long time. Whether because of jail stint, whether because of you just dropped out, whether you had a kid. So you come through our class. We call it the Foundations course, and you get reacclimated through that course, and then you hop into your academics, right? So we're in that class, and I'm teaching, and I'm moving how I move now. You feel me? Like maybe a little more. The attitude is still a little more heightened, right? But I'm moving kind of little. I had adjusted to moving in this world I'm moving in, so I'm cool with them hella much. We moving along, but at the same time, like I understand you on some street shit too. You feel me? So we really connecting behind this, just on that level. She goes, "Yo, James." She's like, "Let me speak to you real quick." Now, mind you, I respect her. Like. She was a black woman who was she was liberated, not in the sense of financial, social, mentally, spiritually liberated. She knew herself. She was artistic. She had her shit together, just like a free black woman. She was like 40. She had, maybe I was closer to 50 at that point in time. I don't know. She goes, "Hey, let me talk to you real quick." She goes, "You gonna be part of the pack or you gonna be the pack leader?" Now, mind you, odds don't even come at you like that most times. She's very like, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah. She's like, you gonna be part of the pack or you gonna be the pack leader? And I was like, what you mean? She's like, because right now, you part of the pack. And I don't think you're here for that. So you need to figure out what position you want to play.
Because you was being too buddy with the students. You was
it's
in the mix with them.
Two in the mix, but it's like you're not leading them. You feel me? Like, you empathetic towards them, you understand them, you know who they are, you get their circumstances. But if you gonna lead or you gonna be in a group, like a leader got to take a different route. Right. So she checked me on that. I think that kind of like, when you've been, I think one of my gifts is communication. One of my gifts is being able to translate information. You feel me? So, and those are some of the marks of a leader too. You feel me? Like translate information, help your people grow. and also know how to communicate what's next. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So she told me that, and I remember just sitting back in the crib and like, all right, cool. I gotta be a pack leader in here. And I remember at that point now, I'm gonna have to check people who are also my age. Also, I'm literally your age. You feel me? You may not know it. They may not know it, but you sense a little bit. Mm. So now I got to check you because when you're a leader, you can't let shit just slide. Right. Especially when you got to build a culture that's for people to grow. And my stint in education from that time forward, from 22 to 27, was all working with young adults. You feel me? So from 16 to 24. When I got to Brooklyn, I remember thinking to myself, yo, I feel like it's time for you to leave DC. Mm-hmm. But I didn't want to leave DC.
I think we all had that.
Mm-hmm. But I love DC. Yeah. To this day. Like, yeah,
I boo-hooed in the car. Yeah. Bro, so I'm going to let y'all into some vulnerable shit, right? So I left DC 2013, the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah.
You said I cried?
Bro, I sat in the car and cried for 30 minutes. Yeah. Because I was driving across country to San Diego. And I was like, I hope I'm not making a mistake. Ooh, because somebody feel like you know. But what the thing is like everybody that I was the closest to outside of my family, was there or like up the street in New York.
That's true.
And it was like
your whole
try like right it there. Hurt. Yeah, it was true. Like
that's true.
And you gotta again at this point, that's a third of my life.
That's true.
That I've spent
10 years.
What? 8 years? 8 years, but like I'm 27.
Yeah.
That's all
27.
Yeah, like like I don't know anything else as an adult. And I sat there and I cried. Like ugly cried, like yeah, like face hurt cried, like cause it was just like, bro, I'm really about to leave this place. Yeah. With all these memories, with all my friends. Yeah. And go start something somewhere new with people I don't know. And I don't, and like, everybody know me, I don't really like people. I don't like new people. I love everybody, but I don't like new people having to get to like, know me.
No, I hear you.
Because I know I'm an acquired taste. Yeah. I'm a very acquired taste.
If you would know how many calls I've gotten to be like, or how many comments, hey, so Hubert, that's your man? That's your homie for real? I'm like, that's my friend. That's one of my good friends, my best friend. Yeah. I don't understand why. I'm like, yo, this man's authentic. Yeah. Hubert, you said you acquire taste, but the truth of the matter is, you're you. And most people will erase them to become a little bit something else. Yeah. To be cool with some other cats. But you just be like, I'm me, take it like it, you feel me, I'm express, and you like, you're you, and you're expressive. Mm-hmm. So you're not like you and then you just like this. Mm-hmm. You like, hey, I'm me and like,
what's up?
So it's like, I'm like, yo, you can't put a price on people like that. Yeah. People who will tell you some real shit. Because I'm like, one thing I know about Hubert, I don't ever have to guess if I'm dealing with Hubert. You feel me? I'm like, I know when Hubert pops up, he's gonna be him at whatever phase of life he's in. I ain't gotta ask, I ain't gotta second guess if he's like faking with me right now or trying to play a little game right now or hiding some shit. Like, that man gonna be him 100% of the times, and that's a valuable ass friend.
And when I say acquired taste is, when I say acquired, I mean like a lot of people not used to the straight shooter, the person that's authentic to themselves. Like, and I mean I gotta thank my parents and my family because I don't know nothing else. You feel me? Like, I don't know how to be anybody but me. Like I've said it on the podcast, like everybody else already taken. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you guys you.
I can only be the best version of me because everybody like, and I don't want to be nobody else because good, bad, or indifferent, what come with me being me has gotten me really fucking far.
You feel me? It's only get you farther.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You start faking.
And that's not on no cocky, no arrogant. That's just like, people fuck with me. And a lot of times I don't understand it. I be like, bro, I don't really, because it be people I don't even like. I be like, you like me? Because like,
it's real.
It's not even on some, I be trying to be an asshole. It's just be like, hey, I'm just telling you this. But I think a lot of times what it is people not, to your point, like, people don't get authentic people every day.
Every day.
And so when they see it, every day, they're like, ooh, I want to be around that. That's different.
It's different.
That's different.
It's
I can deal with it. Right. because all my friends know I love them. Like I don't say nothing to nobody with a malice in my heart.
That's true.
Because I'm not.
That's true.
Like when I was a kid, when we was freshmen, I would say whatever. Like I didn't care.
Yo, man.
But I was being funny. But like, cause that was like the first year, like chains off. I could say whatever, and whoever wanted. But as you get older, you learn to channel that and navigate it. Because shout out to Brisha, she taught me to have a filter.
Yeah, you got
right.
Everything ain't meant for everything.
Yeah, like everything's not meant for everybody's consumption.
And you can still be real, and not say everything that's on your mind.
Right. I just don't know any other way to be.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way to be.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the gift you give to your son too.
Yeah.
Cause like God be expressing through all of us. You feel me? When you start faking, your gift gets muddy. Your gift gets muddy, and now you especially when you start faking or not being yourself. You start muting yourself. Now you're not expressing your gifts. You feel me? So people be wondering like, yo, how I find my purpose? And it's like, well, first start expressing who you are, and you'll find that you geared towards certain things. That's a great segment back to the Brooklyn shit.
Yeah.
I got a job as a dean at. This was noted as one of the most difficult schools to work in all of New York City.
Was this in Brownsville?
This is in Brownsville, East New York. The reason being, this is the charter school that they developed that was for all the for students who have been removed from the last final step of the public school system. And you gotta really be on some other shit to get kicked out of New York schools, because New York don't play by its education to some degree. So if you get kicked out of New York schools and then you go to the New York public school last chance situation, and then you get kicked out of there, then you come to the school I was working at.
Okay.
You feel me? So
see, I didn't even know that. I thought you were just at a nice charter school.
No. This shit was real. This shit was real. This shit was real.
Okay.
I mean, like, lean on me.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? In New York City, in Brownsville, Mike Tyson was raised in Brownsville. You feel me? Like, this is.
I think what's the Annie Up dudes.
Annie Up, yo, get that.
Yeah, I think they from Brownsville.
I don't know. They not. That's not their name, though, right?
No. I'm gonna Google it, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But I started working there. Beautiful opportunity. You feel me? Beautiful opportunity. The only thing that was like devastating about it was a couple things, but the my mentor who brought me into that dean life, he ended up leaving the school or having to be
MOP, by the way.
MOP. Oh, MOP was dope.
Yeah.
MOP was dope. I hope they still alive.
Yeah,
they alive? Yeah, they dying early now sometimes.
They do.
That's real. I don't mean to smile about it, but you know how that the reaction be sometimes.
Yeah, uncomfortable.
But at that school, shit was wild, bro. Shit was wild. The kind of wild would make you like look off into space, like that shit was wild. Cause like I didn't realize that was like a blood neighborhood. I didn't know what was going on. At that time, you know, like I don't think Clip shit is moving to New York.
Yeah.
So like the schools.
So this is these origins of it.
Yeah. So all the blood it's a blood type territory, and I didn't even know they was really banging that deep out there until I went there. I like I was back in Dago. I'm like, I heard blood this, blood that, bracket. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, where am I, homie? I'm like, cats are coming to school, flamed up, rags on. I'm like, where am I? Like it's like I'm like, I flip back to Cali real quick, and I remember seeing a kid get jumped by like 50 kids, like I mean like literal 50. You feel me? Like first wave, second wave. I'm the dean. You feel me? My job is develop the culture and develop the discipline system. You feel me? And then enforce both of those. So I get a walkie-talkie. Hey Malone, come to the cafeteria. I'm like, and at that school, when somebody hits you that like that, you just know it's some wild shit. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm running the corner, booking. I kick open the door, boom. Man, I seen this dude just getting stumped out by like. Now I think because there was so many people, it kind of saved him though, because you can only do so much when there's like 20 other people trying to hit the same person, right? But he's got blood and shit, right? I'm throwing kids off on him. One other day, I'm sitting there, and then I get a call, same kid, and he's mad because he's a crip, right? He's in the blood. The school's like blood, so he's out by him fucking himself. He's a little G. Honestly, he's real cool as fuck too. He just, I probably would have dropped out.
Yeah, I'm not going to that school.
I'm not going to that school. It was life threatening for him. You feel me? One day he's sitting there, this little girl said, crap ass something. They use a hella Cali language, you feel me? So I'm like, I'm back in. I'm like,
by the way, first time in San Diego, I got called a slob. Sitting at the taco shop with James.
That's me.
Yeah, and I was like, did I just get banged on at 7 o'clock in the morning, bro?
7 o'clock in the morning.
And we were sitting across from Lincoln High School.
You live in Federal, right by Lincoln High School.
Yep.
So the kid, he's mad because his girl's testing him. She's always testing him. He's like kind of a respectful kid, but he about his shit too, but he's mad respectful in the same way. Shorty said some wild shit to him, and he just gets mad, homie. He just gets mad, and I just hear this. I'm walking down the hallway because transition time when kids are between class. I hear this, pow, and you hear glass. Now the school was type wild, so
the glass was thick.
So the glass, no, it was barbed wire glass. So the glass was the glass that was reinforced was still like wire. My man punched through it. But when he snatched his arm out,
he ripped it up.
He ripped all of this out. You feel me? And I remember again, Malone, come to the hall. Damn, you feel me? I'm in the office like, damn, what's going on? I pop up. I never seen much blood in my life. You feel me? It's wow. And he looks at me dead in my eyes and he goes, Malone, am I gonna live? I said, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV either.
I said, I don't know. I don't know. You feel me? And I said, ironically, we took his red rag and had to
the blue
tie
rag.
blue rag.
And I was red.
Yeah, exactly. We took his blue rag and had to, tie his arteries off. And that's me in the hall. You feel me? I'm like, so shit is real, right? Shit is real. And then the last thing that really got me, that had me really evaluating, was this the place and the opportunity to give my gifts the way I wanted to. A student had got shot, and I had to be the one to go to the hospital to. Me, the dean, I'm the dean, the principal, and then the head social worker at the time had to be the one to go to the hospital. He got shot by the police. He got jumped in front of the school by the police like 2 weeks before. And I'm the one had to dive in, get off him. Now the police is at me like pushing me in the chest like, you back up, fries. You know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, guns out. That's different. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, but he got shot by that same police officer who was jumping him. Because they got their own little neighborhood beef thing going on. You feel me? We had a school dance. We get a call. I ain't gonna say his name. Yo, so-and-so was just shot X amount of times by the police. We thought he was dead. You feel me?
Right.
They're like, yo, we think he's dead. He looks like he was dead. You feel me? They look at me like, Malone, as one of the representatives of this school, I need you to go to the hospital.
Right.
And like, so me, the principal, and this shit deep. And me, the principal, and the social worker, we go do that, right?
Right.
He did end up dying, but to see the look on his mom's face was like, it was like the stare of like 1,000, just like there was no distance. It was just like she was so blank, and to have to go there and be like, yo, we here from the school. I remember seeing that and being like,
I can't be in this environment no more.
Nah, I can't be in this environment. Like, I don't know if this place is going to be the place that pushes people to a different and better life. You feel me? I feel like this may be the place where you go and you just hang around to some wild shit happen. You feel me? I'm like, I gotta do something a little more progressive than this here. You feel me?
Yeah.
And this situation is allowing the principal got removed. End up being me and the woman running the school because he got removed, and some vice principal got removed. And then it's me and the social worker at the top of the school at that point.
Dang.
So mine is my first year being a dean.
And you understaffed. Now you're under-resourced.
It's a lot of other wild shit going on. You feel me? I'll leave it there. But honestly, the school experience that principal ended up being one of my greatest mentors. I seen him go from a principal who was trying to figure it out to a dude who was magnificently running schools at the highest level. And that was like a whole beautiful thing to see. But anyways, I remember my first year, I spent a year in the summer there. I was like, yeah, I always had the itch to be an entrepreneur. You feel me? I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I started a business. I went to New York for entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Cause we had Group Stash. We had a company that
I remember Group Stash. Yeah.
We started a mobile app for helping people impulsively save money.
So it was like Stash.
Yeah, you can stash your money. You feel me?
Now they have the Stash app. They stole your shit.
You feel me?
Yeah.
The universe give you ideas. You act on them all the way, or you don't, and then they give it to somebody else. You feel me? But we weren't able to accomplish that. But I moved to New York particularly to continue working with Avery and Steve.
Right.
On some entrepreneurship. that's the moment where tunnel vision was built. Because after we stopped working with that company, honestly, we just ran out of money. It was an expensive situation. Right. None of us understood how to really raise money in entrepreneurship like that. It takes a skill to be able to start a business. A skill I have now, but a skill that I was like fresh in then. You feel me? Yeah. I remember, so I quit my job, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? And this is when my whole life changed. You feel me? My whole life, that's like a chapter of my life, and then it flipped. And I said, I'm gonna become a photographer full time. You feel me? And from that point, my life shifted because once I started focusing on the art, I met a bunch of other artists who were magnificent. I was good, and I'm really good now. But these cats had that like, this is what I do. And I've been doing while you was teaching and doing other shit. I was just doing art. You feel me?
I've got that work experience.
Yeah, you feel me? I got that work experience. You feel me?
Now, mind you, James set up the lighting for this. He did all the angles, so he's really good at this stuff now.
You feel me?
But like,
yeah, they taught me.
Yeah,
they taught me. They were teaching me. I became the most uninformed one in the room about how to really develop.
But they say that's always a good thing to like always have somebody that's above you.
Got to.
So that you can elevate, right?
Got to. Even now in my business, I'm searching for that now. I need to elevate. I gotta find a mentor. But what happened was with tunnel vision, I started seeing that these artists didn't have any representation. They were photographers. They were black people who were doing photography, black artists. I'm like, we need a system that represents us, because every time we walk into a room with like a large client or an agency, they're like, your portfolio is not diverse enough. Like at that point in time, they meant you didn't have not a lot of white people in your portfolio.
Got you.
And we heard this enough time within our art world in Brooklyn to be like, we know what's going on. You feel me? Like, because the art is magnificent. You feel me? Like, but you want to see white people because you feel more relatable. You make sure we can shoot you. You're easy to shoot. White skin is way easier to shoot than black skin. That's a big deal, because to get big deals, a lot of people want you to be like have an agency behind you. It's a little different now that the economy has changed to a creator's economy, and they'll go right to the artist now. You feel me? But back then, if you didn't have a rep, it was hard for you to go in as an individual and talk to Sony. Like, who's representing you? You feel me? Who can we know is
you can't get a meeting unless you got somebody that's reputable.
Who's with you? You feel me? Yeah.
Who's behind you?
So we were like, yo, it's me, Steve, and Dexter. We sat in a coffee shop. We were like, yo, let's provide representation to black contemporary artists. You feel me? And that's what part of what I still do now. It's a big chunk of what I do now, as far as like that company Tunnel Vision we created then. But that set me on a beautiful journey of entrepreneurship, and also a beautiful art journey, and a deeply spiritual journey. That's how I can sit here now, like, you know, we talking about the energy I used to hold on some anger shit, and like being able to translate that to something different. It came from that journey of like taking up a camera in my mind and be like, I'm gonna create whatever I feel on the inside. Right. Because art at its best is created from somebody's internal experience. That's your connectivity to the Most High. You feel me? So you're like a medium of the expression of God, or whatever you want to call God, through yourself into your camera or into your paintbrush. So you're literally a tool for expressing the divine. And when you have to process all those emotions out, and you creating projects around you, you get out shit that was in your head that you never thought about. Right. I mean, you got ideas in your head that you've been holding on to, and emotions you've been holding on to, and when you open your world up and be like, I'm gonna let it out somehow, some way. Yo, that's the best therapy.
Yeah, they say it's cathartic, right?
It's cathartic, because what's therapy? Therapy is somebody. I think you kept going. I see it red on there.
No, make sure that didn't stop.
Okay, we good?
Yeah.
Yeah, because think about what therapy is. Somebody is pulling you to express yourself. Right. Think about what art is. Somebody expressing themselves. It's the same,
freely in the way that they want to.
It's the same thing, different action creating it. So that shit right there, that shit changed my life, bro. And I look at the life I live now, I'm like, it came from me following my passion like that, following my purpose like that.
Right. And I think that's part of the reason that like James is gonna go where his spirit and his heart leads him, right? Yeah. I'm a very practical, pragmatic, logical, like that ain't gonna make me no money. I can't do it. Like I came from low income housing, that don't make sense to me. But now today, like seeing you succeed, right? Because you started your own business, you have a Rise Wellness, you have Tunnel Vision, and you making money, you providing for your wife, and your soon to be child, right? Like,
it's cool.
Because people be like, how James doing? I'm like, shit, I don't know. Like, you know, he doing the art thing. I don't know if he making no money, but you know, that's the homie. I'm always supporting him. But like, but it's like we said, it's more than one way to do something, right? More than one way to get to a goal, right?
Yeah.
And so I tell younger people when I meet them that are in their 20s and they're like, oh, I gotta do this. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
I'm like, 20s is when you fuck it off. Honestly,
you figure it out.
Figure it out. Like, do something. Stretch yourself. Like, if there's something you want to try, do it. I was like, because we have so many examples, people like Oprah, people like that. Oprah wasn't Oprah until she was in her 30s.
You feel me?
Basically in her 40s.
Yeah. Now Oprah is
a billionaire.
Yeah.
Right. And she didn't do that in her 30s, in her 20s.
It took her years.
Years.
Beating the same drum too.
Because she ran her own race.
And
I think a lot of times we have to, we do young people a disservice.
Ooh.
Because we tell them, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to accomplish this. Like, my goal was to retire at 50. That's still my goal.
Yeah, you gonna do it.
Right? But how I get to that goal,
it's gonna be different.
How I view how to get to that goal now is much different than I did when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? Much different than it was when I was 25 or 30. True. Because it's like the world evolves around you. And if you don't adapt to the world, you gonna die.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
he's like, no, you gonna die.
Like, you adapt or die. Like,
no, that's true though.
And I think a lot of times people don't understand, like, just because I did it that way, don't mean you got to do it that way. Like with my son, like, if my son wants to go to college, cool.
Yeah.
If you don't, cool.
Yeah, it's like,
we're gonna have a plan.
You can plan. The plan matters.
What's your plan?
And the understanding of who you are matters too.
Right. Like it because school ain't for everybody.
Nope.
You know.
Nope. And there's many ways. And
it's always not even that you got to start school. Like, school might be for you, but it might not be for you at 18.
And honestly, I think people should take a little time.
Oh yeah, I think honestly, what people should be doing.
What?
Graduate high school. Go pick up a trade.
I agree.
Start working a little bit.
I believe in trades.
Yeah. And then go to school.
No matter what your trade is, too, I think you should have to trade in whatever you're interested in. I feel like you should have to pick the skill up of like what it means to work. Because no matter, I think about what gets more efficient. Well, I think about what's the constant that's been allowing me to go from teacher to artist entrepreneur to business owner to like doing really well for myself. The constant was being able to execute, and that's work. You feel me? Like, and the constant was also learning how to like tune into my intuition and my internal feeling enough, not my sight, not my smell, not your
self-doubt. Yeah, the things that create doubt.
Yeah, it's like, yo, what? And like sit back and be like, yo, hear that voice enough to be like, yo, you supposed to move to Cali now. You supposed to move to New York now. You supposed to quit this job now. And yo,
and trust it.
And trust it, because I got that shit caused mad beef within many situations. All these moves I be making, where I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to stop and move here. You feel me? Where it be like in the family, or whether it be like people like, yo, we put all this into you, and you going. It's like, yo, because my spirit is telling me it's time to leave. You feel me? Period. Like, all due respect and much love to you, I'm gonna finish what we agreed upon. But once we finish this, I'm over here. You feel me? And the cool thing about it is life is beautiful in a way. Once you understand the way it works, you know how to avoid the traps of staying somewhere we're not supposed to be at. I remember when I left the schools in DC, my manager sat down with me and he was like, "So you really want to leave, James?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to leave." I said, "I'm going to New York." He's like, "What are you going to do in New York?" I was like, "I don't know yet. I haven't got that job yet." I was like, I just know that on this day I'm moving. That's all I know. I was like, he's like, "What about your job? What about money?" I said, "Money I'll figure out, job I'll figure out. I can get all those things." I was like, "But I know I'm supposed to go." And he said, "Well, listen, I talked to the executive director of this school we're working at, this charter school." I said, "Well, actually, it's a charter school. I have a lot more respect. People like down charter schools, but I think anything has a good or bad to it." But he's like, he goes, and he allowed me to ask you how much money you need to stay. Yep. He said, how much? So how much?
How much
money,
can we buy your soul?
Yeah. How much money do you need from us
To buy your soul?
to stay?
Yeah.
And I said, there's no price. And and he was like, I could tell he almost felt like real proud about that. Like, that's the guy now. You feel me? I was like, I have no price, bro. I'm leaving. And I remember that happened to me again when I left the education system the second time. How much? What was it take? Like, is it a money thing? It's like, nah, bro, it's not a money thing. It's a purpose thing.
It's a principle thing. Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
You know, shit. I really think your anxiety and your depression is directly equivalent to how close you are to living out your purpose. The further away you are from living out your purpose, the closer you are to depression and anxiety. It's like your spirit telling you you're on the wrong path. G, like this ain't it.
Yeah.
And most cats just keep trucking down the road and getting worse and worse, and then pills come in, and then then it's all the shit you gotta take to feel normal. You feel me? And it's like, hey, I got a deep. I used to like low key like not have a good relationship with my Howard community, cause I used to be talking shit about people sometimes and shit.
We all do that.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, it wasn't shit. It was just like I thought I held it to a very high standard, and when I saw that standard missed, I would outwardly express it. You feel me? But I now have a deep level of empathy and understanding where I'm like, it is hard to break away from what you know as the successful route and do something that is like know is right.
That feels you.
Yeah, it's hard, bro. It's just hard because my journey has been. It ain't been easy. Bro.
Well, why it's hard is because when you're that one that made it out, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure on that.
Right, because, but I think a lot of times you have to understand like that's not your responsibility. Like I was talking to my mental health coach last year, and I was talking to her about like, well, the reason.
You got one at work?
No, I had
this. Your own?
Yeah, I got my own last year. I finished or whatever, but cool. Like we was talking about like breakups and why I stayed in relationships for so long. And I was like, well, I feel like if I leave, then these people have nothing, like it's gonna hurt them and all these other things. And she was like, that's not your responsibility.
Ooh, that's a hard thing to accept.
She said, that's not your responsibility. And I was like,
it sounds selfish. You like, what?
But no, it also made me think about life differently. About how I move through life.
In what ways though? In like. Cause
feeling like I have to be everything. I have to do things because if I don't, what about my family? What about them? But they figured it out before I was here. They gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I've figured it out, right?
Yeah.
Because I've not always had somebody that I could rely on, right?
That's true.
And you know, I rely on God, rely on my faith, but like there was times when I couldn't call my parents and ask them for no money.
That's true. You had to figure it out.
I had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? You know, like and I think a lot of times we cripple people because we don't let them figure it out. Even like babies. My son want to do something. Yeah, figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, I want to just stay here for a second. I think this is like one of the deepest moments that we can have, especially us like two black men talking. One, the man part of it, where we're raised to be the providers for our family and community, and on the black person side of it, when you make it, you reach back. I do believe in reach backing, but I see reach backing now different. I see it's like, yo, let me give you an example of how to walk in your alignment, and like let me show you somebody who like didn't stay somewhere because the bread was good. Let me show you somebody who found a way to turn these ideas into money. Let me show you somebody who's like learned to manage their mental health without input from things that were telling me that the power was outside myself.
Right.
You feel me? Like, let me show you that and give you these tools, but I know ultimately me and the Most High agreed on a destiny when I got to this joint.
Right.
And I know I'm judged on that. You feel me? When I crossed that line.
Did you use the gifts he gave you, the talents he gave you?
Did I use that? And it's like you got the same shit too. You got your gift ain't the same as mine. Nobody's gift is the same. You feel me? It might be similar, but your gift, you got a gift too, and it's like you got to use your gift. You feel me? So that's where I sit now, bro. I'm like, I take it, and I tell you, my life is substantially better because I feel like I don't take care of everybody now.
That's a big weight to be lifted off you, right?
You feel me? Like where I'm like, yo, hey, you got it. You feel me?
And if you don't got it, you will.
You gonna figure it out. You feel me? And if I got something you need, like, ask me. But I still came here to do something like you. And once you get in that path, like, all that righteousness, that abundance is all yours. But you gotta find it. It's hard to find it too if you're not really taught to think that way. I think about my kid. I think what's the biggest gift I want to give my kid. Right? I had this thought for a long time. I'm like, yo, I got a youngin' coming, bro. That's crazy. I got a real live seed coming through this. My homie calls it the star seed. He's got a real live star seed, a whole human being star coming through. You feel me?
Right.
I'm like, Dom, what you gonna get is this baby? You feel me? And all I landed on, the deepest thing I get this baby, is a model of what it looks like to live in your purpose. Period.
Right.
It's like, cause from there, all the rest will be figured out.
Yeah.
I see my mom walk in her purpose and do it against all odds. Now I see why I walk in mine. You feel me? I'm like, oh, I see moms do it. Yeah. Like, against all storms and hurricanes and earthquakes and all kind of wild shit. You feel me? I seen her get up the next morning and still go to class. 4 kids in the house, still going to school. Shit going crazy. Still going to work. Still going to school. Every day. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you just gotta get up and keep going on your road, though. You feel me? So
is you gonna fall? Is you gonna just teach a child, like, is you gonna fall or is you gonna keep going?
You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
And I the thing is, I pray for my son to find his purpose and live in his purpose every day.
Got to. That's the biggest gift we got.
Right, like, to find your purpose. Yeah. But also to live in that purpose.
Live it, cause you
and
can
not to run away from it.
Because you can know it and be like, oh, that sounds like it doesn't make we can talk on a more like worldly side real quick, just to make it come full circle. The amount of financial stability I have now and earnings that I have now, I would have had to. I don't think that there would have been a way to do it in somebody's organization. I would have had. It's the only
because your personality, you're not gonna conform to the way that they.
Nope.
Like
and even on some money shit, I would have to be the CEO of somebody's like Fortune 5. You feel me? To like amass this amount of opportunity. You feel me? It's like it wouldn't. But when you live on your own joint, it's like you control how much. I think about money. I've been thinking about money different lately. Like, your money is just it's like the symbolic exchange of value. Money's not the goal. You're really exchanging value. We go to work because the skill set we have is valuable to somebody, and they pay us in a format that we can use to pay somebody else for their value. You feel me? So now I be thinking like, yo, duh, how much value can you create? How many people can you help? I'm like, that's going to equate to how much money you got coming in the crib. And then secondly, how well did you execute on that?
Hey.
Period. You feel me?
You're talking about value, how much value you can create, right? I think a lot of times people lose sight and lose money because they're not focused on the value they can create
100%
for the customer.
100%.
Right? 100%. A lot of times, like, how much money can they pay me?
Yeah.
Right? And I think even like
versus how much value can I create for them.
Right. Because if I create value for them, what people don't understand is if you create value for someone, you become invaluable. Right?
Because, and how much is invaluable?
Because the longer you have value to me, the longer I keep you around, which means you are not invaluable to me because there is no end to the money I'm willing to spend.
Because you're of value to me and I'm a business owner, or I do anything where I gotta.
And now I can create other value for you.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, well, Hubert did this, Dom did this for me, right? I wonder if he could do this too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
That's how it works. This is literally how it works. Like, damn, like, because especially when you start using your gifts as the value, like the shit that you could, like, tunnel visions, my ability to express a vision, to communicate it, and to help people grow has given me a nationwide ecosystem of extremely hyper talented Black creative professionals. You feel me? Like, at the height of it. Now when I go to companies and I'm like, yeah, we have a wellness company as well. You feel me? And we help people reach their wellness goals. You feel me? We help people make space for their greatness, and we could do it inside your organization, right?
Right.
the people I hire to do that, it's the people who I created value for in the art world.
And now y'all still have those relationships, and I can bring you in.
I'm like,
and when you might have texted me if I was somebody you didn't know.
Yeah, that's true though. Because your relationships matter. Like
your relationship
you're not gonna treat me like I'm just a random suit or corporate dude come. You'll be like, it's Dom. Dom been writing for us for years.
Right.
Like from Brooklyn to all across the country, he's been writing for Black artists.
Right.
Oh, now even sometime I hit one of the homies up who's a very renowned artist, and I said, yo, I got a client. He also is a wellness practitioner too at the exact same time. He's super dope. I said, yo, I got a client. They impact school board members. It's a very like mission-driven company. You feel me? Impact-driven company. And I said, my child is coming. You feel me? This was a contract I probably would have took and done it with a little bit of for the loveness to it. The budget is not, you know, it's a good budget, but it's not where I may have come in at. I said, yo, I would like for you to take my place in this contract and do what I would have did in this space. And I said, yo, but here's the budget. I know it's probably under what you would usually take. He like, bro, I got you. Yeah. Like, look what you done for us for all these years. Like, for the whole community. Like, you still gonna pay me significantly? He's like, that's not. You feel me? It's like the value I've given was deposited into the relationship, and then when I'm still giving value. But let's say the value didn't match what I want to give him. He's like, that value from years ago, I'm just stacked that on top, bro. Like, you more than enough. Right. I'm like, so you right, but I think Hubert knows best. Hube knows best. Yeah. Is your consulting company. Evergreen is Avery Green's consulting company. Y'all two literally sit on my left and right when it comes to outreach and sales. I use the tactics and the ideas I learned from you and Avery. Right. To gain the contracts I gain. And it really is about the value. Right. Really being keen on that. Like, yeah, if you're not offering nobody shit, then don't. Right. You can't. If you're not thinking about them first, then it's hard. They can see right through that too. You see when somebody's trying to come and take something from you, versus when somebody's like, I genuinely can help you out. You feel me? Yeah, and I think your business was the first business I actually invested in. Right? Yes, you did. Yeah, right? Yeah, this is dope.
Because it was like, and we talked about this before, like, if you want to be, like, when I was talking to the homie Casey, like, you want to be an angel investor into your friends or whatever, like, because you bring value to me in my life outside of monetary gain, right? And because true. I see I can see the vision. I'm like, cool. And because you know how I am. Yeah. So you come to me like, Hugh, this is what I want. This is what I'm gonna play it because everybody know how I am. I'll be like, I'll tell you, I ain't got it in a minute. Yeah. Like, I don't got it.
And let's start right there. And that goes back to your relationships. Yeah. Because I needed to execute a big contract at the time. The payment was coming after the contract because it was a speedy contract. I needed the bread to execute this thing. I'm like, yo, Hugh, I need to invest it, bro. Yeah. And you was like, and it's cool because you had told me that. I think what I would like to phase into this podcast with. I think some of the greatest gifts I have to give at this point in time is helping the like creatives and the entrepreneurs and those who want to break out of that system. Like really. The tool set to kind of get it. You feel me? And I think through these stories is making me remember the tool sets.
Okay, go ahead.
You hit me before and you said, yo, Dom, I want to be an angel investor. This is years ago. This is probably like 5 years ago. You said, I see what you're doing. Let me know if you need anything.
I tell that to all my people that's doing something. Yeah. That I can. There's clear direction. And I believe in what they're doing. I've told Roger that.
Yeah, Roger dope.
Like, bro, I let you put ink on me in my skin permanently. I believe in you, right? You feel me? Like, but like, if I believe in you,
you like,
if you need money, and I got it,
it's like, here we go.
Come on.
And it was so cool. Cause I remember when I came to that position, I was like, I gotta execute this contract. It's gonna be X amount of dollars, way more than I'm gonna borrow or get from Hubert. But I think it's so dope that thing what you did where you're like, when I say back to you expressing yourself, why people fuck with you because you express yourself. Some folks would have kept it on the back end, wouldn't have told nobody. I want to invest in companies. Some folks would be like, well, I'm gonna wait till I get 200,000. I'm gonna wait till somebody sees you. hey, just let you know that's what I'm getting into. You feel me? Like, you with it, let me know.
Yeah.
I think you expressing the gift that you wanted to share. Then when I needed that gift, I was going to be like, oh, Hubert told me that. You feel me? So, like...
And to the point that, like, now you know if you need it.
I'm like, let me hit Hubert.
Yeah.
Like,
and if I ain't got it, I'd be like, I ain't got it right now. If I do,
like...
Yeah.
And it's cool as an entrepreneur. It's like, that muscle of having that much faith in yourself, that confidence in yourself to ask somebody for money. Like,
it's tough.
Oh, yeah. On some black shit, the way I was raised was like, don't ask for shit that you ain't got.
Right.
Like, just
if you ain't got it, you don't need to do it.
But I think about entrepreneurship. I'm like, yo, if you want something to be big, there's gonna be times you need an injection of cash to make the value so high that you can make more money than you asked for. You feel me? And now I really understand that. Where my phase of entrepreneurship in this moment is like getting really good with like raising capital. Cause I'm like, I and I say I maxed out where I am now, but I know I can get it how I get it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna connect you with the homie Casey that was on episode 6.
Okay.
Cause she's doing like venture capital raising right now.
Just expressing this shit.
Yeah, like, but it's just like
that's dope.
But it's from the perspective of you have to tell people.
You gotta tell them.
You gotta speak your truth, right? And for me, I know as a black man, the only way I'm gonna build wealth is to buy property or invest in or buy somebody's idea, right?
That's true.
The ways to build wealth in America: buy property,
buy somebody's ideas,
buy ideas,
or like this, express your ideas to this podcast.
Right. And so, if I know that's what I want to do, I have to speak it into existence, right? Right, and I gotta tell people. Because my network is too large.
Somebody gonna have it.
Somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, Hube, I remember you said you trying to do the VC thing, you trying to do the angel investor thing.
Opportunity.
I have opportunity. Okay, send me your work. Send me your paperwork.
That's it.
What's your plan? And I don't need like a extensive business plan. I'm not that person, but like how you gonna pay me?
Yeah, that's it. Let me know
what's the plan? Like what's the timeline on this? You feel me? Because
that was a big deal when you did that for me, bro. That shit meant a lot, bro. Yeah, I don't think it meant a lot because it's the journey of like finding confidence in yourself to do something that is the hardest thing sometimes.
But also, I think kudos to you because a lot of times people ask their homies for money or ask people to do business with them, and the way they do it is faulty. James called me a month before he was supposed to pay me.
Yeah.
It was like, homie, I'm gonna have your money. I'm gonna have it early.
Yeah.
Because but that's good business.
That's good business.
So that means now you can come, you've created value for yourself. You're valuable to me because I'm like, if I get this man money, I'm gonna get a return.
Yeah. That's
but he's gonna pay me back on time, if not early, right?
Matters.
Right, and how you do business, how you carry yourself. But that's who you are as a person, right?
Yeah.
Now you don't great memory. Like I got 2 best friends, their memory is some shit. But
yeah, I was thinking today. I was thinking about that. I was like, dang, I ain't my memory yet, man.
Yeah, but hold on. I think we're not gonna talk about it. We was just talking about this on the other episode with Marty. We were talking about Asperger's, right?
Oh,
and people with Asperger's have great long-term memory with horrible short-term memory. But
don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
I'm not gonna put it on you. But I have great long-term memory. My short-term memory is some shit. But I said that to say is like we as a community have to understand that like we can't do this by ourselves, right? Like, but and the thing is like no other culture does that. No other culture tries to do it by themselves. Yeah,
I think that's like the great conditioning of like.
They separated us. They pit us against each other.
Yeah. So now you look. I think about the first time we met, and we had that black male youth stare down. You feel me?
James thought I was rude.
Yeah, it's like, who's this nigga? You feel me? Like, and I remember thinking to myself that I was in my room. Hassan had just moved in. Remember Hassan from the day, and he was mad social. And at that point in time, I was not that social. I was in my room. You feel me? I'm like, I don't know. And I remember thinking one time, I was like, yo, how come you look at everybody like they enemies? You feel me? Like that was my first thought. It's like potential enemy. Like if you had to,
could you take them?
Can you? And most likely I would. But how would you? You feel me? So I'm deep in the thought. You feel me? Like that motherfucker running right now. You feel me? Like how we handling that? Like what's around? Like you know, he look fast. Like he's strong. Like what we gonna do? You feel me? I remember thinking like, damn, that's a fuck. I mean, how and that shit worked when we was in Southeast and we was mobbing around doing living life and being teenagers and having to protect the homies and ourselves and shit. I'm like I'm in a little more different environment. Where I'm like,
so why is this my mindset?
Why? Like, how's this my first thought? When I'm, because you meet nothing but black folks. I realized I had that energy with black folks,
but also think
black men particularly.
But also, I think that I think that's the alpha male.
That might be too. But I know it was a little bit of like we was popping in the environment.
But it's the survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah.
It's like we're taught as men our entire lives that like who the chief, who the boss. Right? Who gonna be the king of the jungle?
That's
right?
True. That's true.
And so when you like I told y'all, this ain't an alpha male podcast, but when you are an alpha, right? Because to be where we were, right? To exist where we were,
you're at the top of your class.
You are you're at least the alpha in your
world.
That's
true though. That's very true though.
Right?
That's very true though.
And then so when you get there, some of that is insecurity because you're like, well, is he an alpha too? Is he a better alpha than me? But also like, how do I assert my dominance? Right? Because that's how we're wired. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's how you channel that, right?
Yeah, no, I hear that. Cause I think it's also really innate as well.
Yeah.
But I think for myself, I love being around powerful people who hold that power in their own life, not power over people.
Right.
But like you're a powerful person within yourself.
Yep.
I love that. I think for me, where it came from, it came like in Dago. In Cali, where are you from? That question.
Where your mama from?
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like that gets that potential interaction for who knows what happens after them questions is asked. That shit happened to you like leaving church. It happened to you walking down the street. It happened to you at school. It don't matter where you at, and it's like you get the mall with your shorty and like 3 niggas around. Where you from? You like at any moment in time you like this might be the day. You feel me? No matter what side of the line you on or not. So I remember, I like when you brought that back to the Nate side. I believe in that too. But just being some Cali shit, I remember just being like,
it's conditioned.
Who knows? Who know what this dude is about? You feel me?
Right.
Because Cali cats is, I think about like difference between East Coast hood and like West Coast hood. It's a difference. There's a difference. Because East Coast is a lot more outwardly grimy. The West Coast is beautiful. In almost all parts, it's like decent and almost compared to what the East Coast hoods and projects look like, and down south projects look like. It looks different. So in Cali, you would meet a motherfucker who's smiling and cracking jokes and be a cold stone killer. You feel me? Like he'd be the nicest, swaggiest motherfucker you ever met, and be like,
he kills people.
Yeah, you like him? He cracking jokes. He dancing right now. He's dancing. Like,
speaking of, James is one of the most dancing ass dudes. And so like when I got to college, right, I wasn't a dancer. I was a dancer, but I was chilling.
Okay.
Because being from the South, you just stand on the you just let the girl dance. So
be dancing.
They be dancing. But like I couldn't be in, like, I felt out of place being in the group not dancing. Like, not that I couldn't dance.
Yeah, you dance. Yeah.
But it just wasn't like, that wasn't what we was doing, you feel me? But back to the hood thing, like, I think it's so interesting, right? Being the black man from the South.
Yeah.
And, because everybody look at gangbanging Cali.
Yeah.
Loud East Coast.
Yeah.
Boisterous.
Yeah. Aggressive. Yeah.
And where I'm from, I'm like, we don't talk, bro.
Y'all be chill.
We
not time to.
Yeah, like we.
And y'all got
all that rah like.
And it sounded generally more mannerable too.
Yeah, like
GP.
And if you cross this line, now we. Because it used to be funny. People like, you not from the South. You not nice. I was like, no, I have manners. There's a difference
between manners and being nice.
Yeah.
Nice is fake. Manners is
shit.
like
nice fake.
Nice is fake. I don't think most people are nice. There are genuinely nice people in the world, genuinely kind-hearted,
yes,
loving people that are just nice.
Okay.
They wouldn't hurt a fly. They would step over an ant, right? And then there are fake nice people.
Fake nice.
I think a lot of people are fake nice because
why would they be fake and nice?
Because that's what society tells you have to be nice
to get
along, right? You get what I'm saying? And that's why I said I'm an acquired taste because I don't fake nice.
Yeah, I'll be polite.
I will respect you,
but I'm not gonna overly do it.
I'm not gonna overdo it.
That's deep.
Because you give respect to get respect.
Yeah.
Right? And how you carry yourself will determine how I respect you.
But would you say that as you've grown and you become more like holistic in your thinking, I don't use that word, it's just kind of another word, you become nicer? Cause I feel like you become nicer over the years.
I haven't become nicer, I just don't have the shell.
That's what I mean though.
No, what I'm saying is I've always been this person. And it's always interesting when people are like, oh, you've grown so much. I was like, no, I've always been this person.
So the shell was what though? Like,
the shell was a defense mechanism.
Yes.
Not that I was not nice, not that I didn't have these aspects of me.
Yeah.
But it was, I am more vulnerable now.
Copy.
Because which allows people to see
different. Perceive as nice is
but just me just being a vulnerable person.
I hear you.
And not having this
I hear you.
facade to like
I hear you.
Feel like I gotta keep people at distance, right?
So are we equating niceness to vulnerability?
No.
What we perceive as niceness is vulnerability. Is that what you're saying?
I think a lot of people lack vulnerability.
I agree with that.
Because
I
because to be vulnerable is to be to be
you put yourself out there.
No, you put yourself in danger. Yeah. Like to be vulnerable means that people can hurt you.
So how
and that's not a thing you want in the black community.
Yes, agree. And how are you vulnerable? Okay, agree with you on my journey to get into like where I am now. My first chapter of that journey was being vulnerable with myself, so I could feel.
Yeah, like you gotta be vulnerable with yourself.
Yeah. So how are you not? Are you worried about what you used to worry about, or that has disappeared? You feel me? Because you say you were vulnerable to protect yourself. Mm-hmm. So do you not feel like you need to protect yourself no more? Like,
it's not that I don't feel like I gotta protect myself. I think, I'm more comfortable with self.
Explain that.
So, who I am is who I am, right? But innately, you don't want people to dislike you.
True.
Right?
True. I hear you.
And I used to move like. I used to not necessarily move so people would like me, but it would bother me if people didn't like me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. I'm following. I'm tracking.
Right? Because that's that mannerable thing. Like, you don't want people to dislike you. You don't want to come off a certain way.
Yeah.
So when I would hear things,
I hear you.
Especially because I knew it didn't come from a place of malice. Like, when people were like, oh, I heard you an asshole. And I'd be like, I don't know you. Where are you getting this from? Like, do you know what happened to that between me and that person?
Why I had to? Yeah.
Why I came that way? You know what I'm saying?
The whole story matters.
But now that's not my responsibility.
True.
Your opinion of me is none of my concern.
None of my concern.
Right?
Yes, that's a real lesson to learn.
Because at the end of the day, if I move forward in life genuinely, because at the end of the day, if you know me, you know that I'm a kind-hearted person.
Yeah.
Bro, I cried watching a movie on the plane, right? Like, I'm a bleeding heart. I'm a bleeding heart. Like, I genuinely love people.
I hear you.
Right? So, when I say I'm not nice, that doesn't mean I don't love people. That doesn't mean I have a kind heart. It just means I'm not going to go out my way to make you comfortable with me. Because that's what nice is. I'm going to do whatever I can to make you comfortable with me.
Even if I'm getting away from my own comfortabilities or my own authenticity to make you feel a kind of way.
That's why I click to being nice.
Yeah, I got you. I hear you.
So when people are like, you're not nice, I'm like, okay. Or when people say you mean, I'm like, what's mean? What did I do that was mean-hearted? Like, what did I do that was intentional to hurt you? If you can't put a finger on it, you can't name it, then it didn't happen. And that just is what it is. You feel me? Like, yeah. I think when you do things intentionally to hurt people, then you are a mean person. I look at you less than, because it takes a lot to go out of your way to hurt somebody. And that is one thing that I would say that I learned was like, you don't gotta say that.
You ain't gotta say that.
Because now you're just doing a lot. So like 18-year-old Hubert would say, why the fuck you got that on across the yard? That's being intentionally mean.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't need to do that.
You didn't do that, yeah.
But what I could have said is like, hey, I don't know that outfit.
Oh, you could have said nothing.
I could say nothing, right? But if my genuine concern is like, hey,
oh, you look. I don't know if you know you look wild out here.
You look wild. That's why I say I think a lot of people don't know that they don't really got friends, because a lot of people let their friends come outside looking crazy. You can't be seen with me looking crazy. Like, now James is my friend that does dress. Yeah. And I've had people look. I'm like, that's homie style. Like, let him do it. He's from California. There's different rules out here. You feel me? But I think from the perspective of like, don't go out your way to be an asshole, right?
No, that shit matters, man.
And I think a lot of people are like fake assholes, right? And that bothers me too.
How you fake asshole?
I think a fake asshole is someone that's doing it to get a reaction. That's deep. Like, you want a reaction from people.
That's deep.
Now, when somebody crosses me, oh, that turns on. Oh, I want that energy. Thank you. I feed off of it.
Why? Go ahead.
But a real asshole notices a fake asshole.
Yeah.
Because why did you feel the need to do that?
Yeah. Well, you hurt.
Like, why?
You hurt.
Like, and I think at one point in my life I might have been a fake asshole. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You think they want to make people feel kind of way?
Because they hurt.
They feel it.
Hurt people hurt people. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You're not an asshole. You just hurt.
Right.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah.
You're not an asshole. You just hurt.
Yeah, and I told people, like, they were like, oh, why you? I was like, because this was a defense mechanism that I had up. I was a short kid named Hubert wearing glasses, and I was in the gifted program.
Yeah.
Of course, it takes time to remove that trauma shield of like, but like now and here's the thing, I don't think I'm an asshole. I don't think a lot of people are assholes. I think people do what they feel is necessary to protect themselves.
I agree.
But
I agree.
A lot of people go out their way
I agree.
to hurt people because they've been hurt. And not, it's just like people that, you know, we talked about this, you didn't pledge because you was like, that reminds you too much of gang culture, right?
It do. Still to this day. I mean,
but it happens in Greek life. Like, somebody got something done to them, right? Oh. And now they try to pay it forward.
On that pledging process, they might do it that way.
They
that
do
hazing process, excuse me.
Yeah, they do it. They do That's something
deep.
deeper to
That's
somebody because they need to get their lick back and they can't get their lick back.
Yeah.
Right. And you be like,
so you're not a real asshole, you just hurt.
You just hurt.
That's a shirt.
Go.
It better be your first merch, bro. I think
I got a lot.
You got a lot? I got a lot. That's a great
merch coming soon.
Yes.
You got an asshole.
That might be your. You got an asshole. You just hurt. Golly.
Yeah.
That's gonna stop a lot. That statement would stop a lot of motherfuckers from being assholes.
Yeah. Cause go talk to your therapist.
Yeah,
bro.
I see you.
Go touch grass.
I see you. Yeah, go touch grass. That's a good one too. Go touch grass.
Like. But yeah, I think a lot of times we as black men have to evaluate how we show up, right? Because even me, I've had to go back and archive things on my social media because I was like, that's not who I am, and how I showed up at that time is not me.
Yeah, heard you.
Like,
I could probably go back and do the same thing.
Like, I wiped my Twitter like a few years ago because.
Oh, did you?
Bro, cause you know what my Twitter handle is. It was Mr. Don't Care Who I Offend. But is that truly Hubert or is that hurt Hubert?
Yeah, and then it's like, I think what you said, we gotta assess how we show, but then we gotta figure out what's the intention behind our actions.
Right.
Like, yeah, I may not really care who I offend, but why? You feel me? Like,
why don't I care?
Yeah, I'm gonna spew some shit that's gonna make some people react, but why? You feel me? I think it's like a bunch of like yes queen behavior, yes king behavior, but it's like
but
stop
why?
Yes queen and yes king and your homies and ask them why they doing shit. You feel me? Like, hey, why you do that? You feel me? Like,
but I think a lot of people can't answer that question.
But that's why you gotta be asked the question.
I do. I agree with you.
Like,
I think a lot of people move in the world in a way that is performative.
Whoo! I would say I agree.
I think a lot of people are like,
I agree with that.
I feel this way, I feel that way. I'm doing this.
Yeah,
I'm in this era. I blah 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 blah. And I'd be like, show me.
I just don't know why.
But why? But also,
I don't even need to know why. Just you need to know why.
Do you know why you do it?
Because once you figure out why, you may be like, yo, I actually don't want to do it for that reason. Like, I think we do shit because we hurt sometimes. I think we do shit because we mad. I think we do shit because we angry. But it's like, is that action I want to fuel? Do I want my action to be fueled from my pain or from my possibilities? I think that's the real question you got to ask yourself. Even when somebody piss you off, like, because whatever you give energy to is going to multiply more action and energy of that same kind. You feel me? So it's really like, damn, if I respond to this shit with malice because it was given to me in malice, we just multiply malice times 2.
Yeah, two wrongs will make it right?
No, you feel me? Now, like somebody come to me sideways, and I'm like, especially if there's no danger, you feel me? You like, I'm just let you soak in your own shit. You feel me? And I'm gonna step aside.
The best reaction is no reaction.
That shit. You just
the best reaction is no reaction.
No reaction. Like, you know, what usually happens is you feel a little kind of way that you didn't react afterwards, but that lasts
but that's ego.
A few seconds.
That's ego.
Yeah, but if you sitting there arguing that motherfucker for hours, y'all niggas arguing for hours and weeks and days, and it's like you didn't spend 2 weeks arguing with this motherfucker. Like, you could have just sized to that and went with your life. You feel me? But the why, like why am I doing this?
Well, to that point, what's your why?
Ooh, I've been asking myself that question a lot this week. This week particularly.
Do you think your child become your why now? You got a wife.
No. I'm not my child's not here yet, right? So this is an answer I'm giving myself before the child comes, but I think it's true because it aligns with universal principle. I think my child's why has to remain that child's why, and mine has to remain mine. Okay. And they can't be because of each other. I can't. No. I think we can be in support of each other. I have to live out my why to tap into my abundance, tap into my God-given gift, tap into my alignment to be in line with my blessings, so the child understands living its why, puts it in the same space of receiving beautiful parts of life, right? And James said it's because he doesn't know what gender. I don't know what baby is. Yeah. I believe in genders. Say. Yeah, I feel you. But no disrespect. Yeah, no disrespect. You can do what you want to, but that's what I believe. Yeah. You believe what you want to believe. But I don't know if my child's a boy or a girl yet. You feel me? So I don't know. But I think my why is to help human beings develop it back into creative beings. I think human beings, we get caught up in the human side, the emotions, the ideas that come from other people, seeing just the physical world and thinking that's all that exists. And we don't understand the divinity that comes with who we are too. We don't understand like the godliness that comes with who we are. We understand like the spiritualness that comes with who we are. And when you tap back in, because we call God the creator, you feel me? So you was born from the creator that makes you a creator. It's just that simple, you feel me? So turn yourself. I mean, we literally create. We literally, at all points in time. You never create your own life. You create your children. Okay. You create. You create your reality. You creating for somebody at your job or for yourself at your job. Right. Like you literally we are the creators all day. It's all you do all day. God is in us. Exactly. So to go from like I'm just human to I'm just a human being to I'm a creative being. I think that puts people in a sense where like that well-being part that everybody's desiring, that is in the identity of you assuming the identity as a creator. Because then you create your thought patterns, you create your habits, You create your responses to shit. You create the way you wake up. You create what you do and don't respond to. You feel me? So I think I've been immersed in the creative community, and it's shown me that some of the most people I know are creatives who understand, like, yeah, I can have a mood, but I can remove myself out of that. I can move myself out of that. Yeah. Move myself to the next level. I think for me to help human beings develop themselves back into creative beings is like, I'm like, yeah, that encompasses the Tunnel Vision Creative Agency and the Arise Wellness. It just puts it together. And like, a creative being is a well-being. Period. You feel me? I know that to be true. Because when I wasn't creating for myself, it was the most challenging times. But when I took up the mantle of I'm responsible for my own life, then I began to be responsible for my own thoughts, my own intake. We don't have a TV in this home. We don't have no TV because we like, yo, listen, not knocking anybody with a TV, for real, but I say there's no TV in this home. I'm like, yo, I want to control to the T what comes into my mind. You feel me? Even with my phone, social media, I try my best. Social media is fucking good.
They be listening to everything.
Yeah, they good. They good. Well, they know all your vices. Be like, here's a fat ass. You feel like, I just clicked the app. The first picture, like, you feel me?
Like earlier, I opened up the phone.
You like, damn.
And there's a woman in a bikini that I know.
Yeah, you like.
But
the first thing
I see.
Like, hold on.
Why you in my head?
Like, show me something else. But I've been really intentional now about like, all right, let me like certain shit, share certain shit, so the algorithm be like, oh, let me show you this. So now, where my phone used to be like kind of wild shit, people getting beat up, fights, asses, and all kind of shit. Now it's like, yo, it'd be like, yo, here's how to do this business thing, or here's how to eat healthy here. And I'm like, oh the rhythm of my algorithm is now aligned with where I want to go because I made that choice. You feel me? I didn't let the algorithm just guide me. I guided the algorithm. You feel me? And
You created
my algorithm. I created
what you consume.
You feel my nuances of my algorithm. I think that's what life is about. From deciding the thoughts that you do or don't want. Like, thoughts is gonna fly by, but some OG told me, he's like, yo, thoughts are like birds in the sky. They could fly by, but they don't have to build a nest in your hair. Like, they're gonna fly, bro, but you ain't gotta keep thinking about them. You could stop yourself from thinking about them. Focus over here. Some breathing techniques have other shit like that, but yeah, bro, my why, I wanna see all the homies I know like really create their reality. And like, 'cause right now I see not a lot, but significant amount of homies are like being persuaded by their reality. It's like, yo, you could create this joint too. You feel me? Like, I'm living in a reality I created, and I fuck with it. And I remember living in a reality I did not create and not fucking with it. And I'm like, hey, nigga, we can create this shit. You feel me? We can really run it up, like, in different kind of ways. So that's my why, bro. That's why I feel like, my child, to have my child remember his divinity as a creator. Like, that's, yo, you created, you chose to come to earth. This ain't no accident. You was the first one there. You was the first one there. You chose it. You was sitting back on the back end with God, like, or the Most High, whoever you want to call it. You was like,
it's my time now.
It's my time. Like, yep.
Let's go.
Go. You feel me? And so I'm like, I'm right there with it. So that's where I'm at with the
shit. Bit. Well, homie, it's been dope, bro.
Yeah.
This has been a good conversation. I feel like we could go for like 2-3 hours.
You run this shit like joke, like hella podcasts and go for hours, but I know we got times.
But I appreciate you coming on. We're gonna probably do this again after baby.
I gotta watch. And thank you for coming here this time, because like my child, I really thought my child would be born like in the next like 36 hours. You feel me? It's like that close, and I'm like, I'm gonna be able to watch this back and also remind myself if I get lost about like what I said. My intent with raising this child was to show itself its creative abilities. You feel me? So it could do that and me live up to mine. You feel me? So you have a model and example. I can run that back, but that's important, bro.
For sure. Well, y'all, wish y'all peace, patience, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, discernment, health, strength, resolve. All that. Be easy or don't, but every choice has a consequence, and every action has a reaction.
Peace.